Welcome. Life sermon number 10. 10 is a very unique number. 10 usually represents perfection. A 10 out of 10. That girl's a dime. But what is perfection? And can it be achieved? Typically, people expect perfection from us. You will fall short, and that's fine because no one is perfect. No one is an actual 10. You're a 10 for that person. But we also need to understand that we are born sinners. We are born with flaws. We are born to make mistakes. A person that does not make mistakes cannot learn anything. So I wanted to take the time on episode 10 to kind of talk about striving for perfection, but understanding that it's a place that you can't get to. But the effort of striving for perfection makes you a better person altogether. Sometimes, like I said, you'll get faulted or someone will look down on you for not being perfect. You may not give compliments to your significant other. You may not show up to places on time. But that doesn't make you a bad person. And sometimes when people can't check every box, they get painted as a bad person. So what do we do in these situations? Well, continue to improve yourself, strive for that perfection, understand that it's not a destination that you can achieve, but the journey to perfection is what's going to make you the better person. I stated before that you need to reflect and look on how you were the year before, the day before, the week before, and what can you do better. And when you chip away at these little things, you get better and better as a person. But the goal is not to get to perfection. The goal is to become better. So that's what I sought out for myself, little bit at a time. Chip away, do something. One step turns into 2 steps, turns into 4 steps. And then you'll reach that area where you'll get better. Identify where you're not perfect at. Identify where you're not a 10 at. That's the first thing. First thing, you have to recognize that, God, I'm not perfect. No man that you have ever created has been perfect. But allow me to recognize my flaws. Allow me to recognize where I can improve myself, where I can better myself. I guess it's a busy day here in Hawaii. Everybody's flying. But the sound of the airplane is not going to stop the sermon, I guarantee you all. Many people have problems with identifying when they have issues because they fear that if I show that I have issues, I am no longer perfect. He who breathes is imperfect. That's just the way it is. So take the time, be honest with yourself, identify your shortcomings, Identify your imperfections, embrace them, and then take that first step to bettering yourself. You know, like I said, this is the 10th episode of Life Sermons, and I've been enjoying all of them. And I thank you all for, just watching them. Try to keep it quick. Brother Swift told me that, just give it to him in bite sizes. So I listened to the brother, and that's what I did for majority of these. Nothing is over 10 minutes. But this day is important to me because I am moving towards bettering myself today. I talk to many of my friends where I used to be in financial straits, ruins, if you will. And I've bettered myself to the point where I can help out others, but I can do things that I didn't think I could do financially. The pastor is, in his better attire than I've been in for most of the sermons, because today I close on my second home. Growing up in the projects to getting to this point, or not having any money at the start of my career and getting to this point, is step by step by step. Identify where you are not perfect. I am not perfect with financial matters. I identified that, and I took all steps to better myself. Now, there's other flaws that I have. There's other flaws that we all have. But I will be able to lay my head down knowing that I conquered one flaw and I got better. So you say, Pastor Stonewall, what do I do once I get better in that area? You take that knowledge that you learn on that journey to perfection, that striving for perfection, and you help the next person. It's not a lot of that going around these days where we reach out to help someone who is going down the same path that we've gone. It does two things for people. It shows them that if you can get out of this, then I can get out of this. It gives them promise. Nothing is worse than getting advice from someone who's never done something. I don't want to get an advice from a marriage counselor that's never been married. You don't know the struggles. You don't know what goes on. So take that time, everything that you learn, to turn around and give it to the next person, okay? We have a long way to get to perfection, if it can ever be achieved. But that journey is what's most important. I'm definitely gonna do more life sermons, but I wanted to end with 10. Because 10 is a sign of perfection. And these 10 episodes have allowed me to better myself in another area in my mind. Because the sermons allowed me to communicate, kept me busy, kept my mind positive. So again, I want to thank you all for giving me the motivation to do this. It's been a fun journey. I love it. It's not perfect because he who breathes is imperfect. It's the pastor. Next time you see me, I'm gonna have my brother right next to me. Circa 97 is coming back, baby. Love y'all.